Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. I know many people that have a difficult time falling asleep and staying asleep. So I put together this short practice that will incorporate simple movements to help release any tension that lives in the hips, low back, and shoulders, as well as slow, purposeful breathing to calm the nervous system. Now, I said slow breathing for a reason. I don't want you to try to take deep breaths. I want you to slow your breath down, preferably through your nose the whole time. If you have a difficult time with that, at least breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay? You don't need any special equipment or clothing. All you need is your body and your breath for this one. We're going to begin in what we call crocodile pose. Really simple. I'm just going to lie on my belly and rest my forehead on my hands. Now, once you're here in crocodile pose, I just want you to notice your breath. So don't try to shape or control your breath at all just yet. Just take a minute or two here to simply feel your body breathing. Just notice the movements each breath creates without trying to shape or control it. Just another minute here. All right, great. Now roll over onto your back. And once you're on your back, bend your knees and bring your hands to your knees. Arms straight. Remember, breathe through your nose, nice and slowly. We're going to begin with some simple movements here, coordinated with the breath. So as you exhale, use your hands and arms to pull your knees in toward your chest, and you'll probably feel your thighs compressing your abdomen. When you inhale, let your arms straighten so your knees and your thighs move away from your torso. And repeat as you exhale, pull your knees in towards your chest so you feel your thighs compress your abdomen. You'll feel your lower back press down to the floor as well. And now as you inhale, let your arms straighten so your knees and your thighs move away from your torso. You'll probably feel your lower back curve up a little bit away from the floor. Just keep doing that, but nice and slowly. Let's say 5 seconds for your exhale, maybe 5 seconds for your inhale. Breathing smoothly, preferably through your nose, and make the movement match the breath, almost like you're moving in slow motion. Exhalations, your knees go in toward your chest. Inhalations, your knees move away from your chest. Nice and slowly. Five seconds for the exhale. 5 seconds for the inhale. Okay, now as long as it's comfortable, add a short pause, let's say for 1 second at the end of inhale and exhale. So once your arms are straight and you've inhaled, pause for just a second. Then exhale as you draw your knees in towards your chest for about 5 seconds. Very end of your exhale, again, pause just for a second. Now try that a few more times. All right, very good. Now keep your knees bent, but bring the soles of your feet to the floor. Feet about hip width and parallel. Reach down, maybe you can touch your heels with your fingertips. And we'll do a little bridging next. And again, we'll coordinate these movements with the breath. So now as you inhale, press your feet down, engage your glutes, lift your hips off the floor. Also lift your arms off the floor. So the very top of your inhale, backs of the hands are on the floor behind you. Then as you exhale, slowly lower your arms and your hips back down. Very end of exhale, your hips and your palms are touching the floor again. And then repeat. As you inhale, press your feet down, engage your glutes, lift your hips and lift your arms. The very top of your inhale, have the backs of your hands on the floor behind you, hips up nice and high. As you exhale, slowly lower your arms and your hips back down. And continue that at your own pace. Inhaling whenever you lift your hips and your arms up. Exhaling as you slowly lower your arms and hips back down. And like before, maybe 5 seconds for the exhale, 5 seconds for the inhale, or something close to that. Breathing smoothly through your nose. Again, imagine you're moving in slow motion. And if possible, stretch the breath so it lasts just a little bit longer than the movement does. Stretch the breath so it lasts a little bit longer than the movement. Meaning when the backs of your hands are touching the floor behind you, you're still inhaling. When your palms and your hips touch the floor at the end of exhale, you're still exhaling. Just a few more times. Okay. Now this time, once your hips are on the floor, bring your hands to your knees again. And we'll just repeat what we did earlier. Exhalations, draw your knees in toward your chest so you feel your thighs compress your abdomen. Inhalations, let your arms straighten so your knees move away from your chest. 5 seconds for the exhale. 5 seconds for the inhale. And like earlier, again, as long as it's comfortable, pause for 1 second at the very end of your inhale and at the very end of your exhale, just for a second. Okay, now bring the soles of your feet back to the floor, but this time have your feet wider than your hips. So wider than they were in bridge pose. If you're on a yoga mat, probably the width of your yoga mat. And bring your arms out like a T with your palms facing up. We'll do some windshield wipers next. So as you exhale, drop your knees to the right. Both feet stay on the floor though. Turn your head to the left and turn your left palm down. As you inhale, bring your knees back up. Turn your palm up and look up toward the ceiling and change sides. So now as you exhale, drop your knees to the left. Turn your head to the right and turn your right palm down. Inhale when you bring your knees back up. Turn your palm up, look up. Back to the first side. Exhale, drop your knees to the right. Turn your head to the left and turn your left palm down. Inhale back to the center. Now, as you exhale, drop your knees to the left, turn your head to the right, and turn your right palm down. Yeah, keep going at your own pace. Inhalations, you're kind of in the center here, knees pointing up, you're looking up, palms are facing up. Exhale, you drop your knees to one side, you turn your head to the other side and turn that palm that you can see down toward the floor. 5 seconds for the inhale. 5 seconds for the exhale. Breathing smoothly, preferably through your nose. And if you like, you could add that pause again. At the very end of exhale, pause for 1 second. Then you'll inhale to the center, pause for 1 second. Exhale slowly to the other side. Once you've gone to both sides an equal number of times, one more time, draw your knees in towards your chest. And then stretch your legs out to the floor. Let's take a moment to completely relax here in corpse pose. So your legs are now straight, palms are facing up. Relax your jaw so you allow your upper and lower rows of teeth to separate. Feel your tongue widen inside your mouth. Soften the little muscles around your eyes. You can close your eyes, by the way, as well. And now even release your breath. So don't worry about shaping or controlling or slowing down your breath anymore. Just allow yourself to breathe freely. Like we began this little practice, just feel the body breathe naturally. All right, then bring some awareness back to your extremities. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes, roll your ankles and wrists. Next time you inhale, reach your arms overhead again for one last stretch. As you exhale, draw your knees in toward your chest and roll off to a side. Let's take a breath or two there. Okay, and when you're ready, just go ahead and push yourself up to seated. All right. So this entire practice took someplace between 10 and 15 minutes. Um, it's worth mentioning that in addition to this, do the obvious stuff. Avoid caffeine in the afternoon. Avoid looking at your screen too much. I know you're looking at a screen to watch this, but after a couple of times, you'll just need to listen and you won't need to look at it anymore. You know that light in the screen is kind of designed to keep us awake, so make sure you avoid looking at a screen, phone, tablet, laptop, whatever, at least a half hour or an hour before you plan on going to bed. And again, emphasize a slow, smooth breath. That's kind of the key. The slow, smooth breath. The movements are really there to make your body more comfortable, but the breathing is the really important part. Okay? All right, I hope you enjoyed, and I wish you a good night's sleep.